What's up, maniacs, and welcome back to Broadened Horizon. I'm your host, as always, Drake Riggs, here with episode 34, the last of 2023. Rizin 45 closes out the year of MMA in expected spectacular fashion, as the year-end shows always do. And joining us on this episode will be one of the biggest stars of the year, the new featherweight champion Chihiro Suzuki, who shocked the world with both of his big wins over Patricio Pitbull and Vugar Karamov. The champion will reflect on his year and preview the possibilities awaiting him. Then, speaking of closing things out, the world's most badass grandma, Miyuu Yamamoto, gets set to close out her career in MMA as she'll face the Rizin Super Atomweight champion Sakizawa in her final appearance. Thanks as always to our two great guests for chatting, and thanks to everyone who supports the show. As it's a busy time of the year, we apologize for not getting to your questions this episode, but we'll circle back to start out 2024. Whether you've been watching on MMAmania.com, YouTube, or listening on Spotify, thanks as always, and don't forget to hit like and share if you enjoy. First up, it's the champ, Chihiro Suzuki. All right. Well, good to see you, champ. Yeah, it has been a minute. Haven't talked since right after the Patricio win. And what do you know, Chihiro? You predicted and said the next time we talked, you would be the champ. And here you are. So congratulations, man. Super awesome to see. Just like, how have things been since you won the title? How'd you celebrate? Tell me all about just what things have been like, the past so many weeks.
鈴木選手は実にお久しぶりですね。前に話したときは、アゼルバイジャンに行く前、タイトルマッチの前だと思うんですけれども、その時鈴木選手は、次話すときは自分がチャンピオンになって、またぜひインタビューしてくださいというふうに、してインタビューを終えたわけなんですが、まさに有言実行して、今回チャンピオンとして、インタビューをさせていただいているわけなんですが、本当にここ数週間、いろんなことがあったと思うんですけれども、本当に試合の、流れだったりとか、試合の後チャンピオンになってから、どのように過ごしてきたのか、ざっくりと教えていただけますでしょうか。
支えてくれている方たち、応援しているスポンサーの方々、チームメイト、それに携わった人たちに、感謝とお礼を伝えに、挨拶に行かせてもらってますね。
So basically, I've been spending this time since the fight to basically go on a tour to show my gratitude and appreciation towards all my sponsors, my teammates, everybody who supported me along the way. I've been going around door to door, thanking them and showing my gratitude for everybody who supported me along this way.
Awesome stuff, man. A great way to give back, and a well-earned spot that you're in now. And I gotta ask, did you get to explore Azerbaijan much? What did you think of the country and just kind of the experience of traveling to another country like that? I've heard it's very nice there.
アゼルバイジャンの、国というか、アゼルバイジャンでの体験、人々、街とか、観光とかはできたりするんですか？アゼルバイジャン、鈴木選手から見たアゼルバイジャンの大会が、経験はどういうものだったのか、教えてください。
アゼルバイジャン少しだけ観光させてもらって、やっぱすごい歴史を感じますよね。建物とかすごい綺麗で、あとはやっぱ、猫が多いですね。すごい、猫がすごく多くて、可愛いのと、あとは、やっぱとにかく人が優しいですね。すごい温かい人たちが多いんで、あとご飯も美味しいですし、そういうのもろもろ含めてすごい好きですね、国が。
Yeah, so I was able to do a little bit of touristy stuff. I've just got to be able to hang out a little bit, but I find it very I see a lot of historical. I feel a lot of history from the city. The buildings are very nice. They're pretty. They're very neat and clean. There are a lot of cats, a lot of cats, like a lot of them in the city. And overall, people are nice. They're very warm and welcoming, and the food is great, very tasty and healthy. So, with all that said, overall, I enjoyed Azerbaijan very much, and I have a good impression about the country.
All right, yeah, that's awesome, man, and definitely was just an overall great time. I mean, getting the win, and I mean the way that you did, Chihiro. Let's just talk about it, man. I mean, crazy stuff. Knockout of the year, knockout of maybe the decade. We don't see up kicks very often, man. So, I gotta ask, did you surprise yourself with landing a knockout in a strike like that, and especially to win the title? How perfect and just kind of dreamlike has this whole kind of year been for you, man? Because to cap it off with a win like that, it's really kind of crazy.
鈴木選手のアゼルバイジャンが素晴らしい、経験をされたということは十分に伝わってきたんですけれども、ちょっと試合について話したいと思うんですが、蹴り上げ からの KO 処理。本当に、まあ自分からしたら本当に今年一番の KO、もしかしたらもう MMA 史上最高の KO じゃないかというふうに思っているんですが、まあ、というのも、こう下からの蹴り上げでの KO、綺麗な KO というものはなかなか、この業界にいても見られないものなので、あの蹴り上げが本当に自分もう狙ったものなのか、たまたま当たったのか、そして、まあ、その時の心境を教えてもらいたいのと、あと鈴木選手は今年1年振り返って、やっぱり鈴木選手にとって激動の1年だったと思うんですけれども、そして、今年1年の試合、まあ、おミスがあるかどうかは分かりませんが、最後の試合、今のところを、ああいう形で、ノックアウトで勝てて、異国で、そしてチャンピオンになった。すべてにおいてのこう鈴木選手のこの気持ちというものをですね、ちょっと聞かせていただきたいなと思います。
はい。やっぱ、試合のやつに関しては、トレーナー、沖縄のコーチに、切り上げは来日に使えるから、どんどん使ってけっていうのを言われたのを覚えてて、で、その中に、ひらめきで、戦いの中で答えを見つけて、その時に、キャラモン選手はパウンドを打ってこようとしてきたんで、そのパウンドに、パウンド打つとやっぱ状態を後ろにのけぞる感じで、キャラモン選手はパウンドを打ってくるんで、なので三角をかけるふりして、反ったところに、かかと落としやってみようかなっていう、その時に思いついたんで、それでやったら当たって、あ、絶対これ失神したなっていうのが確信に変わったんで、あとはもうパウンドアウトして終わろうと思ってやりました。あとは、あ、
どうぞどうぞ。
何ですか。あとはまあ怒涛の一年でしたけど、やっぱ、なんていうんですかね、根っからのやっぱファイターなんで、まあ、戦うことがやっぱ好きで、格闘技やっぱ大好きなんで、なのでずっとね、もう本当に年明けからもう年末あたりまでずっと格闘技に携われて、ずっと試合ができてるっていうのは、本当に幸せなことなんで、なので僕はすごい、今格闘技やってて楽しいです。
So about the finish from that fight, I've always had, my coach once told me that when you fight in Ryzen, you can legally set up kicks. And so whenever you fight in Ryzen, uh, for you, up kicks are going to come in handy. So I had that advice in mind. So it was nothing planned, but I just kind of figured it out on the fly as he was on top of me. I knew that Karamov was going to, try to kind of pound me out, and I was going to work on his ground and pound. But in order to do so, he'll need to posture up and create some space in order to land some devastating strikes. So what I did was, this was on the fly, but I kind of faked the triangle. I faked the triangle so that he would try to posture up to get out of the triangle, and that's where I knew where my heel would hit him. So I faked the triangle to make sure that he postured up, and then I hit him. So it just worked out, and I knew that he was out, so I followed up with strikes. As far as looking back at this year, it's been nothing but a blessing. I love to fight, I love the sport, and this is just what I want to do. So this year, the sport's been it's been keeping me busy, and I've been continuing to fight, and I feel very fortunate and blessed to be in this position.
Yeah, I mean, just absolutely crazy stuff all around, man. And I mean, that's very great awareness of you to, kind of fake the triangle like you said there, and then, hit with the heel and kind of have that in mind. I wouldn't quite have expected it, but it worked out very well for you, obviously. So, but before that, though, it was kind of interesting. He landed a good punch on you and then hit the takedown kind of right after. And it looked like a solid shot, but I was curious, like, did it hurt you at all, or did it kind of, the sequence happen so quickly for you to land on your back there?
ケラモフ選手が最初にテイクダウンしたときに、最初に打撃を当ててからのテイクダウンという流れだったと思うんですが、あの打撃って鈴木選手どんな感じですかって聞いてました？それともただ当てただけとどんな感覚だったんでしょうか？
打撃、右ストレートもらったときは、顎にもらうとやっぱり意識はちょっと軽く飛んじゃうんで、来る瞬間に顎引いて、おでこに、ストレートを当てたんで、全然そこは効いてないです。見えてたんで、ただ、その後のタックルは見えなかったです、早くて。
So yeah, any kind of strike that lands on the chin, you're gonna get hurt from it. So I made sure I had my chin tucked in. I actually saw the strike come in. I saw his punch, so I tucked my chin in, and I made sure it landed on the forehead. So that punch itself didn't deliver any damage. But honestly, I couldn't see him shoot in. I didn't see that takedown at all.
All right. Well, it's one of those cases where it was a good thing and ended up working in your favor, so no problems there. But of course, we like to avoid the takedowns going forward in the future and defensively and all that stuff. But it was crazy too, Chihiro. Like, you were in enemy territory there, and I'm glad you said the people were all nice to you during your time there. But was it like weird for you hearing the crowd go just completely dead silent after you landed the kick? Because, they were pretty pumped up, pretty rowdy, making a lot of noise. And then as soon as you land that, it just gets really quiet. Was that weird, kind of celebrating with everyone just, silent like that?
鈴木選手は先ほどアゼルバイジャンの人たちはみんな優しくて温かいというふうに言ったんですが、まあ、と言っても、敵地で、相手、ねは相手の地元の、ヒーローだという形の中で、こう勝利した後、もう静まり返った会場の中を経験して、あれはどういう雰囲気でしたか？
これがアウェーだなっていうのを感じましたね。でも、日本でも試合してますけど、やっぱアウェーだなって日本でも感じることあったんですけど、でも日本、それに比べたら全然アウェーじゃなかったんで、やっぱ海外で、これが本当のアウェーなんだなっていうのを感じましたね、今回。
Yeah, I definitely realize what it's like to fight outside of your home country. I've been in like away situations in Japan where I was not the favorite fighter. I've been in situations like that in Japan, but this was like a whole new level. Like I understood exactly how being in a hostile environment is like. So yeah, I was glad I was able to experience that.
And looking back kind of on the year, like we were touching on there, Chihiro, I'm curious, man. I'm sure this is a pretty tough question, but I'm very curious, like, which win for you would you say was more satisfying between the Pitbull knockout and the Karamov knockout?
鈴木選手にちょっと答えづらい質問かもしれないんですが、ケラモフ選手の KO 勝ちとピットブル選手の KO 勝ち、いろんな状況を踏まえてどっちの方が満足度は高いですか？
ピットブルの方が、高いですね。打撃で作って、自信持った僕のパンチで倒してたんで、やっぱ、一回もやったことのない技で勝つのももちろん嬉しいですけど、やっぱ昔から自信持ってやってきた打撃が、やっぱ一番嬉しかったですね。
Yeah, so satisfaction-wise, the Pitbull fight was much more satisfactory because I was able to go in there and fight my fight. I initiated my attacks and I was able to finish him with my strikes that I have most confidence in. So obviously, it's nice to be able to finish a fight with a new trick or a new weapon. But for me, I was able to prove that what I've been doing, what I'm confident is in, it actually works against the best.
All right. Yeah, definitely some good logic behind that, man. And now it kind of is leading to an interesting spot here, all right? You got the year end here to kind of relax and celebrate as you go on, doing your support with the sponsors like you were saying and whatnot. But I'm curious, like, what you think will be next because, last time we talked there, we were drumming up this dream situation where you win the belt, you win the Ryzen title, and then ideally would go challenge, rematch Pitbull again there for the Bellator title. Make all the sense and logic here, but now PFL is kind of throwing a wrench into this with all the other options for Pitbull. So who knows if we can get that next, unfortunately. But for you, like, what are you kind of thinking? What are you wanting to do or defend your title against first? Like, how do you kind of see the next fight for you coming and what the future, I guess, the immediate future could be for you?
タイトルマッチの前のインタビューでは、本当に将来、タライバの話をしてて、ベルトを取って、そしたら、ライジンチャンピオンとしてベラトールの、ピットブルと、もう一回リマッチを、ベラトールのタイトルをかけてやりたいというふうにおっしゃっていたんですが、ちょっとPFL の、こととかもいろいろと水が差してですね、ピットブルの、この先の動向がちょっとまだ不透明になっているんですが、それを踏まえた上で、現在鈴木選手、これからの先のことをどういうふうにお考えでしょうか？
もう僕、ここいろいろ、試合のことも考えたんですけど、もう僕の中でも答えが一個決まってて、次戦はピットブルと絶対やります。もうピットブルと、凱旋でやりたいって僕の心の中で決めましたね。なので PFL との事情もあるかもしれないですけど、ピトベ選手からもやりたいっていう言葉もらってますし、僕自身もやりたいんで、まあ、それが一番面白いですし、前回インタビューでも聞いてもらったんですけど、その、ライジンベルトを持って、あっちのタイトルをかけて戦うのが一番最高のストーリーじゃないかって言っていただいたんで、本当その通りだと思うんで、それが一番いいと思います。
Yeah, I think my mind is set. No matter what, I want to fight Pitbull. I think my next fight should be Pitbull. And he messaged, he tweeted out something that he wants to fight it too. I want it too. So I think it's a no-brainer. I'm sorry for if PFL has any plans for them, but for us both, it makes the most sense. And I think that's the best story that we can come up with, and I think that's what everybody wants to see. So I think in my mind, I'm determined to make that fight happen for my next fight. But I'm not sure how it's going to go, but I would really like to make that fight happen.
Yeah, couldn't agree more, man. It's all perfect story and lined up even better than we could have imagined, with you having the belt now as well. So fingers crossed we can get that. But also in the meantime, Chihiro, since you have become champ, the bantamweight champ, Juan Archuleta, who's fighting at the end of the year here, I saw he called you out and said he would be interested in fighting you kind of champ versus champ. And I think that you tweeted back at him, if I remember correctly. But just what do you think about that possibility?
鈴木選手が勝った後に、大晦日にバンタム級の、タイトルを防衛する、アーチュレット選手が鈴木選手とやりたいみたいなことを言ってたんですが、その可能性について、どういうふうに思われますか？なんか SNS でちょっとやり取りしたとを見たんですけども。
はい、全然バンタムを通して2階級取ってもいいですね。
Yeah, I have no problem going down to bantamweight and having two belts in two divisions.
Have you ever fought that low before? Would that be a difficult weight cut for you, Chihiro?
鈴木選手、バンタム級で戦ったことありますか？落とせますか？
フライで戦ってました、昔は。
I used to fight at flyweight.
Oh, okay. All right. There we go then. So I'm sure that it's been nice not having to cut very much for 145, right? Is it probably not too bad these days?
それと比べると今のフェザー級の66キロはだいぶ余裕があるリミットっていう感じですか？
そうですね、5時間時間くれたら今日でも試合できます。リミット落とせる。
I can make featherweight in 5 hours.
All right, perfect, man. Yeah, that's right on. And just as for featherweight in general, Chihiro, I know that you do want to get that Kleber Koike fight back at some point, but obviously it doesn't make a whole lot of sense right now. He just lost his last one to Kanehara, and of course he's going to be fighting at the end of the year too. But I want to ask you, were you surprised to see that he lost his last fight? That was a little bit of an upset in his last one.
前はそのクレベル選手にもリベンジしたいというふうにおっしゃってたと思うんですけれども、ちょっとクレベル選手も実戦負けて、それをストーリーがあまり意味なくなってしまったんですが、クレベル選手と金原選手の試合、あれ金原選手が勝って驚きましたか？
まあ、そうですね、やっぱベテラン次元だなっていうのは思いましたし、めちゃめちゃびっくりしなかったですね。普通に、やったんだな、みたいな。感じで、そこまでは驚きはしなかったです。
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't super surprised, but it happened. It could happen, and it was more so of the I was surprised and reconfirmed that the veterans know how to fight and and how to come up with a game plan and how to fight like a veteran, like how they bring the fight to the table. It was very interesting to see. But as far as I wasn't surprised with Kleber losing at all.
And between kickboxing and MMA, just kind of your whole fight career, Chihiro, who would you say has been your biggest rival in your career? If there's been one person, if there has been a person, you would say.
鈴木選手のキックボクシング MMA の格闘技キャリアの中を振り返ってみて、今まで自分のライバルっていう人ってはっきりとした人っていたりしますか？とにかく誰かを意識したりとか。
いないですね。もう自分が一番ライバルなんで。
Yeah, I don't have anybody. I don't recall. I am my biggest rival myself.
All right, excellent answer, man. That'll always keep the motivation easy to find there and lead you to all these titles. So, and you've been very active doing it, man. So for 2024, I'm curious, what kind of activity level are you hoping to have, Chihiro? Obviously, you fought 4 times in 2022, 3 times this year. Kind of trying to keep it around the same, do maybe a little bit more? What are you thinking for the next year?
まあ、鈴木選手は、来年、どんな1年にしたいのか、何回ぐらい戦いたいのかっていうのを決めてますか？ 2022 年は4回、2023年は今年は3回なんですが、来年は何回戦ったりとかっていう目標はあったりしますか？
まあでも、本当は、1ヶ月に1回試合したいんですよ。でも、それが、やっぱチャンピオンになると一戦一戦に、やっぱり価値が出ちゃう。一戦一戦に、まあ、大きく、ベルトが変動するんで、なので、なんですかね、こっからはもう価値のある試合をしようと思うんで、歴史の残す試合をしたいんで、それを、その、どれだけ作っていただけるかだと思うんで、でもそれはもう、その格闘技の団体次第だと思いますね。もうベラトールもライジンもノックアウトも、皆さん次第ですね。いい歴史に残る相手を組んでくれればって感じです。
Yeah, so in a perfect world, I would want to fight once a month. But now that I am the champion, I do understand the value of of the champion fighting per fight. So I understand that the meaning of each fight is different, and I understand that. So I think my point of view, I would like to continue to make historical fights. From here on, I would like to continue to make fights that will be written in the books and will leave a name in the history. So that all depends on the promotion. If whatever Rise can deliver, Knockout can deliver, Bellator can deliver. I think it's time I think it's time of this stage of my career to start taking those big important fights instead of just taking random fights one after another.
Yeah, I mean, as much as we'd love to see you fight every month, Chihiro, I think you've definitely earned the spot that you're talking about there to have these moments. So I won't disagree with you there, man. But with all those things in mind, I got to ask, though, like, what would you say is the biggest goal for 2024? If you had to pick the one thing out of all that stuff you're kind of thinking about and wanting to do and accomplish, what's at the top of the list for you?
まあ今、鈴木選手いろいろと来年の目標だったりとか、試合する意味とか価値とかそういう話を聞いたんですけれども、その中で全部ひっくるめて来年2024年目標一つ叶えるとしたら、何がいいですか？
僕はライジにベラトルのベルトを持って帰ってくることです。
I guess the biggest goal will be to bring back the Bellator belt to Horizon.
Not a bad one, man, and we definitely want to see you get that opportunity at the very least if we can get that fight to happen at any point. So, all right, Chihiro. Well, man, I think we can wrap it up there. It's always great getting to chat with you, and especially as the champ now, I got to wish you all the congratulations in the world. It's been an amazing year. I think you've been one of the fighters of the year for sure. Delivered upset of the year, two upset of the years, really, and knockouts of the year. Like, it's just been awesome, so I cannot congratulate you enough, man. You've earned it, and hope you get to enjoy it well as we ride on into the holiday season and the New Year. So I hope you have good time with those and get to enjoy the fights as well and just all you got going on, man. So I appreciate you taking the time as always, and I'm sure we'll catch up again when you got some more news for us next year. But until then, man, just wish you all the best.
鈴木選手、本当に今年一番の注目選手、今年一番活躍した選手っていうふうに挙げられた私はもう、いの一番で鈴木選手を推薦したいと思います。っていうのも、アップセット2つ、年内最高のアップセット、年内最高の KO をもう量産している鈴木選手なので、本当に今年の一番の選手にはもう鈴木選手を推薦したいと思いますし、これから、来年、いろいろと鈴木選手の引き続きの活躍を、期待してますね。で、これからクリスマスと大晦日いろいろとあると思うんですが、体調と、いろいろと気をつけて、これからも引き続き活躍してください。本当に今日はお時間いただいてありがとうございました。
ありがとうございます。じゃあ次、ベラトールベルト取った時にまたインタビューしてください。
Yeah, so Drake, next time we do this interview, I will have the Bellator belt. So we will do this interview once we get my other belt.
All right, man. You predicted it last time, so I'll hold you to it.
前回も有言実行しますから、非常に今回も期待してますんで、またよろしくお願いします。
And last but not least, the one and only Miyuu Yamamoto. Well, Miyuu, it is good to see you. Always great to see you. Happy Monday. Just how are things? How is life these days?
Pretty good. Life is not easy, but yeah, I'm pretty good. Yeah, it's
Awesome.
all right. It's all good. Yeah.
Staying busy?
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, and of course we got the fight coming up and all these things getting back in the swing of things. The big grand finale, kind of crazy to say, but coming back
Yeah.
after the injury, and sure that was no fun,
Uh-huh.
but I mean, let's just get into it. Like, how was the recovery process? I'm sure it was very hard, but like a tough year. I mean,
Uh,
how was it going through all of that?
yeah, actually, this is the first time in my life, like a big injury.
Hmm.
Oh, I broke my bone, but it's right here, so I still could move, and
Hmm.
then but knee. This is like my first time in my life, and then kind of mm, maybe that's why I think I was pretty. I don't know how to say it, like I was okay.
Hmm.
I wasn't like a big. I wasn't big shock
Yeah.
because I feel bad. I feel very sorry for my opponent because has to reschedule, and I feel really bad about that. But other than that, my recovery, okay, my whole team, like a medical team, is
Hmm.
that everyone supporting me and still like supporting me too in the rehab, and then everything is going well. It went well, so I wasn't even scared or worried or anything because I'm okay, like I got this. Yeah, so I think I recovered pretty fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
mean,
I
making it
didn't
before end
live.
of the year.
Yeah, so I wasn't stressed out that much. Yeah. So I'm very thankful to my team.
Awesome, awesome. I mean, how did it happen? I
Yes.
know it was in training, right? Was it like wrestling or striking? Like, what exactly, ended up causing this?
It happened at MMA spar.
Okay.
I was sparring with my teammate, Park Park Seo.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so, and then it wasn't even like a. It just like it happened like a, and then oh, something happened to my knee.
That
It
didn't
just
feel good.
popped.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's popped. Something wrong, and then I was like, I stopped like 1 second, and then I try to like move my knee, and then I think I'm okay. And I finished the round, and also I did and after I did 2 rounds of grappling,
Mm-hmm.
and it still felt okay. Didn't hurt, and then didn't swallow anything, and then but I feel something wrong. But yeah, next day the stay like didn't, yeah, it didn't swell at all, and then no pain, and but just something feel
Yeah.
like unstable,
Mm-hmm.
so I was like, okay, maybe grappling wrestling for maybe 1 week, so I should just focus on my boxing. So I went to the my boxing coach,
Mm-hmm.
Hozumi Hasegawa.
Mm-hmm.
His champ. Anyway, so I went to his gym, and I told him about knee, and then so I'm just gonna focus on my boxing. So I was gonna do like a boxing camp in Kobe, but so coach say Hasegawa sensei say, oh, let's check just in case before start boxing camp. So I go, okay. So he took me to his doctor, and then we had MRI, and then we found out my ACL is torn. I was like, what the heck?
Yeah.
Really? Because, I thought it would be like so much pain and
Yeah.
the swelling and it can't walk, but I was walking like okay.
Yeah.
I just didn't wanna like a complicated move, like a wrestling or
Mm-hmm.
grappling. And and I was like, oh my God. Okay, so it's happening to me now, and then doctor recommended that just get surgery. It will recover fast. Let's go. Okay, and then I went back to Tokyo, and they scheduled the surgery,
Mm-hmm.
and then yeah, yeah. So it was
Jeez.
like a really yeah. Surprise.
I mean, that's so weird. Like,
Yeah.
I've heard about, people tearing their ACLs before,
Mhm.
obviously, and like it's very weird how a lot of the times it doesn't seem to hurt, right? It just kind of happens and you can still walk, just maybe not
I
perfectly,
know.
but that is very strange, isn't it?
That's weird. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. And then start rehab and then yeah.
So so after you had the surgery, I'm sure obviously
Hmm.
you couldn't move very well after that. So what was kind of like the hardest part of like was it just being still and not being able to go and be active? Like how tough was it going through kind of the rehab right after?
So right after, so I woke up and I look at my knee. It's like a whole leg. I was like, it just what is going on? Some little tubes coming out of my knee, and then I was like, oh no, and I can't feel anything, and I can't move. I was like, but okay, I guess this is normal, after surgery. I guess this is normal. I'm not gonna walk. I can't walk. And then, after how many days? Like a three. It wasn't even a week. 3 days. And then, because the doctor wanted to keep me in the hospital for like a week or 10 days, but I was
Mm-hmm.
like, no, I think I'm okay. I wanna go home.
Yeah.
And yeah, so after 3 4 days, and the doctor let me went home, and then yeah, what did I do? Oh, I start not working, but
Mm-hmm.
start using the
The crutches.
crutch.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
crutches. Yeah, but I was really bad with the
Oh yeah.
using the crutches. So I started using like, okay, I don't need this, and I started like, hopping and then move around. Yeah,
No
so
wheelchair?
like, how do you? Yeah, how do I use this? This is like- I guess I'm like, I don't know.
Jeez.
Yeah, so. Mhm.
Well, it's behind us now. I'm glad that you're healthy and able to move again. That's always a
Yeah.
good thing. But it's interesting though, Miyu, like when you had the fight scheduled, what that was for April, March, it was earlier in the year, right? Um,
Mhm.
you were already planning for that to be your retirement fight. So I'm
Mhm.
curious, like maybe of course this could be a little bit of a sign that yes it is retirement time, but what I'm curious, like what went into the decision. Like I remember last time we were talking, I know it was like a year or
Mhm.
so ago, you were kind of saying like just as long as you can, but what was the thing that changed for you? What made you decide this was it?
Be honest, um, I didn't. I wasn't gonna make an announcement to retiring because
Mm-hmm.
my brother. He always say it. There's no retirement. So I wanted to stick with that. I really did, but I don't know. So we're talking to Sakakibara-san, and then so what if it's really, it's gonna be your last fight? I think a fan wanted to, okay, so this is gonna be Miyu's last fight. I want to be there. I want to be there and watch. And then if I didn't, if I don't make an announcement, people might like, okay, maybe not this time, but I will come like the next fight.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was okay, this is my last fight, and they were like, what? I would go, and then you have to think about like fans, like if you have to think about more fans,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, I was like, okay, but still, I don't want to, like, I don't want to make announcement because, I always follow Nori as a kid. And it's like, I know that, but this is your life and this is your responsible. It's not about only you. And I was like, yeah, maybe. And I started changing my mind. And okay, then I made an announcement. Yeah,
Jeez.
but and before that, why? So you're asking like a why made me feel like
Mhm.
retired. Um, I don't know. I guess like new gym, like our gym, have to like reborn, and that I thought help. I'm gonna have to start help people,
Mm.
not about me anymore. Not
More
only
coaching.
yeah, coaching or helping.
Mhm.
Like yeah, that's what I felt. So like maybe I should just focus on the gym, fighters, and more the business. So if I start thinking, okay, then that's not I'm not focusing fight 100%, so I shouldn't be in the ring anymore. That's what I felt, but I don't know. I still like I can't believe it. I go, oh my
Yeah.
God, this is gonna be my last fight because like the training wise, I am pretty good. I'm still pretty badass. I don't know.
I'm sure. I'm sure.
I don't know. Yeah, so we'll see.
Yeah, here we are. Here we are.
Yeah.
And I mean, never any easy opponents, Miyu. My goodness, now you're going against the champ.
Oh my
So-
God. And like the last fight, and then they give me like the undefeated champ. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
they never give me a easy
I mean, not in
easy
your
road.
division. Nobody's easy in the division. So,
No, no, no. Actually, yeah, that's true. Yeah. Everyone, yeah, gonna be tough anyway. Yeah.
I mean, just what do you think of her? I'm sure you've obviously been watching, her fights and the title run that she's been on. But I mean, Sayakizawa, very young still, very much doing her thing. Just what have you thought of
Yeah.
her? Like, has she impressed you?
Yeah, she's submission is is good. It's very good. She can submit from every position, like what she said. And yeah, I understand that. But when she fought to my teammate Paksu,
Mm-hmm.
she couldn't submit her, and then there's a couple of things that I could I saw like oh okay there's a hole
Mm-hmm.
like that I can just um yeah so she's good, but it's not impossible to beat her. Yeah, that's all I can say.
Of course.
Yeah.
Is there one thing that you would say kind of you highlight the most that makes her the most special? Would you say it is that submission ability? Because obviously she's very good at finding those, like you said.
Yes. And then she're down to scrap,
Hmm.
so I gotta be ready. It's gonna be like big scrap, like fight.
I'm sure
Yeah.
it helps give you a whole lot of confidence too. Working with Park Siwoo, like you said, she's fought her twice and wasn't able to finish her. Like, how much has she
hmm
been as helpful as you could have ever asked for? I'm sure.
hmm Yeah. Those two matches, like two fights,
Hmm.
it helped me to figure out like how to fight. Yeah. I know, of course, it's just, getting better than, that time for sure. But me too.
Always
Yeah.
improving.
So
Always improving.
yeah, always every day.
So
Yeah.
to look back on things though, Miyu, like it has been a great
hmm
run. Your athletic career, a lot of great moments and stuff. And it is
hmm
weird to say that this will be the last one, but to look back on things right in this moment, between like wrestling and MMA, just like your whole career as a competitor,
hmm
right now, what would you say has been the proudest career achievement? Like, of course, this would be a great win, but at the moment, what would you say stands out as the thing you're most proud of?
Proud of? No, I'm very proud of myself, but also I'm very thankful to every single person that I got involved. Family, teammate, fans, everything is those people made me shine in the ring. So I'm very grateful, and then I feel like I'm the luckiest athlete in the world. Those people made me feel like it. So I'm very thankful. Thank you. And yeah, I couldn't done this without them, you know. So that's that's like I don't know, very important in my life. You know, not only like an MMA career,
Mhm.
my life. Yeah, it made me I learned a lot, like mentally, physically, every single day. I was learning. I'm still learning, and yeah, to make me better person, make me better Miyuu Yamamoto.
I mean, I feel like a
Yeah.
lot of people they don't appreciate, how important it is to have a strong support system, right? Is that a thing that, you've kind of noticed along the way too?
I like I say, I couldn't done all this fight or training my life without them. I had a huge support, family, friends, teammate, fans. So, yeah, so I had a very great and, like I said, like a luckiest athlete in the world. Yeah, because like look at my record, not great. I lost a lot, but still, like fans are always like cheering me and supporting me. Like I I can ask for anything. Just yeah, I'm in a yeah. How could I don't know? Just say I'm very thinking I'm not a Mayweather. I'm not like you're undefeated. I'm not. I don't have a lot of wins, but still, yeah.
You've done it your way,
I'm
Miyu. Doing your thing.
yeah. Well, I still, yeah, I get a lot of huge love from many people. So I'm very lucky. Yeah.
So what would you say would be, I'm sure a lot of people come up to you and ask this kind of stuff, especially when people come to the gym, or maybe if you do meet these
Hmm.
new fans who are, trying to get into wrestling or fighting, anything like that. What is the best advice for like young wrestlers or young fighters that you would give to somebody just starting out?
Um, there's no shortcut. And then just and then no rush. I mean, like a train a lot, that's good, but no rush. Like just be better than yesterday. You know, just even like a little by little, just try to be better than yesterday. Like a
One day at a
yeah.
time.
So yeah, one day at a time, and then never so train hard so you won't be regret end of the day. So that's a very important. Like sometimes wanted to skip the training, and of course I did too. Like sometimes like when I feel not focusing or like I don't feel well, and then you miss the training. I feel really guilty, and then that feeling is very important.
Mm.
Don't be okay to um not skip, like don't be okay to not training. Yeah, that's very important. Yeah, and then always thankful to your teammate, family, and this people supporting you. That's very important too. So that's I wanted to, yeah, tell them, or that's all I can, give them back to MMA.
Of course,
Yeah.
of course, and plenty of wisdom and experience to share with people. So, of course, I had to
Yeah.
get your thoughts there. And with all that in mind,
Mhm.
too, Miyu, like, gotta ask you probably a very tough question, but how will
Mhm.
you want to be remembered by everybody?
Um, like. like I said, I don't have a great golden record, but I never um I never stop. Yeah, always challenging, no fear, just keep going. Even though you feel crap. Okay, what am I doing? Oh, what have I done? And oh my God, I feel like I'm not, I don't know, but still keep going. That's me. Yeah, no fear, keep going.
Never give up.
Never give up, never stop. Don't stop.
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely. Even though
yeah, I
we
guess
will be
that's me.
stopping with the career, but but in every other sense, for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
I love it, Miyu. Well, on that note, I mean, I think we can leave it there. I don't want to take up too much of your time tonight. I'm sure you're very busy, especially with the preparations, but I cannot wait to see you back in there. It's been a while since the last fight, and of course, it's a big one, the retirement and just the fight itself with the champ. So I'm very excited for you. I wish you the best of luck, a good
Thank
rest of
you.
training and all that good stuff, and happy Christmas and New Year once those show up. But until
Yes,
then, wishing you all the best, and just thanks so much for catching up. It's always great getting to talk to you. So
thank
just
you.
just can't wait to see you back in there, Miyu. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.